Good morning. Welcome to Great Transition Strategies Monday morning stand-up. Although this Monday morning stand-up is on Tuesday. Hope you had a great long weekend. We did. Today's topic, we're going to continue to talk a little bit about culture. Right? We talked about deliberately how to set your culture. Now we're going to talk about putting it into action. And as an executive coach, people come to me all the time talking about the culture of organizations. Right? To start off, put yourself in a situation where you were professionally conflicted before. Professionally conflicted. People were pushing you to do things that you did not necessarily want to do. You didn't want to go in the building, you didn't want to do this, but you were conflicted. Hold that, right? And we're going to use, I have got the whiteboard today, so I got a model I want to talk about. There's a couple models of what I'm talking about today is how a culture will not allow individuals to do the right thing, or the culture will drive them to do the wrong thing. Specific examples. Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. Just take a quick look at, just Google that and see what happened there. Wells Fargo, Enron, Volkswagen. Those are ones that just come right off the top of your head on here's some big, classic, major problems, major catastrophes. But we have small ones going on in organizations every day. And those that I talked about, they didn't just happen that day. That was a culture that got them into that position. So this is to help you stay out of trouble. All right, so let's go to the model. This comes from a friend of mine, Joe Schweitzer, when we were training team captains. He helped put this together as a simple model to explain why people do things, their actions and their behaviors. Which out here, you see action, this is all about actions and behaviors of individuals. The model is pretty simple. The box, what is it? That's the environment that you live and work in. Out the cloud is the individual. In this case, the individual is you in the cloud. And notice that's internals. That's what you have to push back and keep the shape you want. Next, externals. Externals in the environment. Those are the pressures. When you think about your job, cost, schedule, performance, budget, weather, kids, things that are pushing on you all the time. Bosses, deadlines, goals, shareholders, stakeholders. Those are all the things that are pushing on you. Internally, so those are the arrows. Notice that there's arrows pushing back. Those are the things that you have to push back on that environment, such as education, experience, longevity in the job, position. It might be in the position, in your job, policy procedures might be able to, frameworks that are set up, things that go on in the organization that help you push back on the organization, all to get some specific behavior out. And in this case, we're talking about the correct behavior coming out. Right, go to that example that you put in your head at the beginning. Say, choose something where you were professionally conflicted. Put yourself in the middle. What were, or what currently are, you might have something going on right now, the externals pushing on you. Goals, bosses, colleagues, all these things pushing on you. What did you have to push back? In some cases, what behavior did you get out? Were you strong enough to get out the behavior you wanted? Or if you went back and said, punted that one into the stands, if I had an opportunity, I would do it differently. I know I have. There's times I think, didn't do a good job with that one. Or lived through a really challenging time and got the right thing out. You're like, well, that was pretty unpleasant. So why am I doing this? This is to help you become a more effective leader. Now, I want you to change your perspective. Put someone you work with, boss, colleague, subordinate, in the middle. Put them in the middle. You're the leader, something you lead, a team that you lead. Think about your environment. What are you? What kind of external force are you on an individual? What do you do as the leader? What do you do as the leader to allow them to push themselves back out to the shape and give them the opportunity to get the correct behavior out? Let's talk about Wells Fargo for a second. Thousands of illegal bank accounts were created for individuals. That comes from a culture. That comes from a lot of externals being pushed, getting bad behavior. It cost them billions of dollars in fines to fix that. And You go read anything, they'll talk about this culture was broke. So that was a culture of an organization. How is it possible that people, thousands of people, could not push back against that behavior? I don't understand that. That was a really strong culture. And it wasn't just a step function. It grew over time that was the way things were done. So my point to you is, what kind of culture are you creating? What's the environment? Think about the individuals you're working with, and what kind of external external pressure are you on individuals? Are you helping them do the right thing to keep their shape the way they want it and get the correct behavior out? Hope you found that helpful. Hope you have a great week. Contact me for a complimentary coaching session. I love the opportunity to work with you. I work with a lot of leaders on helping them build their culture the way they want it to be. Thanks. Have a great week. See you next Monday morning next week, not Tuesday. Monday, 8:30. See ya.